The human body is a marvel of evolution, precise, complex, and highly adaptable. But sometimes nature takes an unexpected turn. From bones growing outside the body to people who don't feel pain, and even humans who glow in the dark, these rare genetic anomalies defy everything we know about biology. Welcome to the Bizarre. Today, we're exploring the strangest, rarest, and most unsettling human body mutations ever recorded. Number 5. The Tree Man. Dede Koswara is one of the most bizarre and heartbreaking medical cases ever documented. Who was the Tree Man? Dede Koswara was an Indonesian man from West Java who became internationally known in the 2000s for a rare and extreme case of epidermodysplasia verruciformis, a genetic condition that made him grow massive, bark-like warts on his hands, feet, and other parts of his body. These growths were so extensive they resembled tree bark, leading the media to dub him the Tree Man. What caused it? Dede's condition was the result of two factors: a rare genetic mutation that weakened his immune response to human papillomavirus, HPV. An aggressive strain of HPV that normally causes harmless warts, but in his case, it took over his body. His immune system was unable to suppress the HPV, which led to uncontrolled wart growth. The warts hardened and grew into massive clusters, some up to 6 inches long and weighing several pounds. How it affected his life. By his 20s, the warts had spread so much that he could no longer use his hands. He couldn't work or support his family. He was eventually abandoned by his wife. He was forced to join a traveling freak show to earn a living. He was often treated as a curiosity, not a human being. Medical intervention. In 2007, Dr. Anthony Gaspari, a dermatologist from the U.S., heard about Dede's case and flew to Indonesia to help. Gaspari diagnosed him properly and began a series of surgeries to remove the growths. Over 13 pounds of warts were removed. Dede briefly regained partial use of his hands. He became hopeful about returning to a normal life. However, the warts grew back, because the underlying genetic mutation had no cure. Death and legacy. Dede Koswara passed away in January 2016 at the age of 44, due to complications from his condition, including related infections. He is remembered not only for his rare condition, but for his resilience, spirit, and the global attention he brought to a strange and previously little-known disease. 4. Stone Man Syndrome. What is Stone Man Syndrome? FOP is a genetic disorder where soft tissues, like muscles, ligaments, and tendons, gradually turn into bone. Over time, joints become frozen in place as bone forms where it shouldn't, locking the person into a rigid, immobile state. It's as if the body creates a second skeleton, one that grows out of control. It affects only about 1 in 2 million people. There is no known cure. Even small injuries like a fall or injection can trigger massive bone growth. Early signs and diagnosis. Most people with FOP are born with malformed big toes, often turned inward or shortened, one of the earliest signs of the condition. The first flare-ups usually occur in early childhood, often after minor injuries. Over time, the neck becomes stiff, the spine begins to fuse. Limbs slowly become immobilized. Eventually, people lose the ability to move, eat properly, or even breathe, as the rib cage becomes encased in extra bone. A real-life story. Ashlyn Blocker, U.S. Ashlyn Blocker is one of the most well-known individuals diagnosed with a different rare condition, congenital insensitivity to pain. But for FOP, another well-documented case is Harry Eastlack. Harry Eastlack, 1933 to 1973. Born in Philadelphia, Harry seemed healthy, except for oddly shaped toes. At age 5, after a minor injury, he began to experience swelling and stiffness. Over the next decades, his muscles began turning to bone. By his late 20s, his entire body was immobilized, except for his lips. Despite his suffering, Harry was remarkably positive and became an advocate for research. Before he died at age 40, he donated his body to science. His skeleton is now preserved at the Mutter Museum in Philadelphia, serving as a crucial teaching tool for medical researchers. What causes it? FOP is caused by a mutation in the ACVR1 gene, which regulates bone growth. In healthy people, this gene tells the body when to stop producing bone. But in FOP patients, it's permanently on. That means the body treats even small inflammation as a signal to grow more bone. Surgery or physical therapy often makes the condition worse. Even a simple bump can result in permanent ossification. 3. Werewolf syndrome, hypertrichosis. The story of werewolf syndrome is as strange as it sounds. An extremely rare condition that causes excessive hair growth all over the body, often resembling the mythical image of a werewolf. The official name for this condition is hypertrichosis, and its history stretches back centuries, filled with mystery, exploitation, and medical curiosity. What is werewolf syndrome? Hypertrichosis is a medical condition characterized by abnormal hair growth in areas where hair is typically minimal or absent. There are two main types: congenital hypertrichosis, present at birth and usually caused by a genetic mutation. Acquired hypertrichosis develops later in life, often triggered by medications, metabolic disorders, or cancer. In the congenital form, people can grow thick hair on their face, arms, back, and even eyelids, giving them a look eerily similar to the classic image of a werewolf. One of the earliest and most famous documented cases dates back to the 16th century with a man named Petrus Gonzalvus, born in 1537 in the Canary Islands. Petrus was covered in long, thick hair from birth. He was captured and brought to the court of King Henry II of France as a curiosity. Despite being treated like an oddity, Petrus was educated and spoke several languages. He married a beautiful French woman named Catherine and had children, some of whom also inherited the condition. His story became so legendary that many believe it inspired the fairy tale Beauty and the Beast, the bizarre truth behind the myth. While the idea of werewolves may belong to folklore, werewolf syndrome is very real, and it's a powerful example of how genetics can create conditions so rare and unusual that they become legend. From royal courts to modern genetics labs, the history of hypertrichosis reminds us of the thin line between medical anomaly and myth, and the enduring human stories behind them. 2. Mermaid syndrome. The story of mermaid syndrome, officially known as cyanomelia, is a heartbreaking and hauntingly rare medical condition that blurs the line between medical reality and myth. Named after the legendary sea creatures, cyanomelia causes a child to be born with legs fused together, resembling a mermaid's tail. But while the name may sound magical, the condition is severe and often fatal. What is mermaid syndrome? Cyanomelia is a rare congenital disorder where a baby is born with partially or fully fused legs. It occurs in about 1 in 100,000 live births. Along with fused limbs, the condition typically involves serious malformations in kidneys, bladder, intestines, genitalia, major blood vessels, especially the arteries supplying the lower body. Because of these complications, most babies born with cyanomelia die within days or hours of birth, primarily due to kidney failure or the absence of vital organs. A real-life story. Shiloh Pippin, the Mermaid Girl. One of the most famous and inspiring cases is that of Shiloh Pippin, born in 1999 in Maine, USA. Shiloh was born with cyanomelia and no bladder, no colon, and only one partially functioning kidney. Most doctors thought she wouldn't survive more than a few days. But Shiloh defied the odds. She underwent several life-saving surgeries, including a kidney transplant. Her legs were never separated, but she learned to swim, use a wheelchair, and live as full a life as possible. She became a national sensation after appearing on shows like The Oprah Winfrey Show and TLC's Extraordinary People. Shiloh passed away in 2009 at the age of 10 after developing pneumonia. But in her short life, she captured hearts worldwide with her strength, humor, and determination. 1. Human glow. What is the human glow? In 2009, Japanese researchers captured something extraordinary. Humans glow in visible light, but at levels 1,000 times weaker than what our eyes can detect. This glow is not heat-related, not infrared, caused by biophotons, ultra-weak light particles emitted during metabolic reactions. Tied to oxidative stress, when cells use oxygen, tiny bursts of light are produced. It's like the body is quietly sparkling, especially when it's most active. The experiment that proved it. A research team at Tohoku Institute of Technology in Japan used ultra-sensitive cameras to photograph 5 healthy male volunteers over several days. What they found was bizarre. The glow peaked in the late afternoon and was weakest at night. It was most intense on the face, particularly the cheeks and forehead. Different people glowed differently, suggesting a link to individual metabolism. Incredibly, this glow pattern followed the body's circadian rhythm, like a light-based biological clock. Why do humans glow? The glow is believed to come from reactions between free radicals and lipids in our cells. These chemical reactions give off biophotons, tiny bits of visible light. This emission is completely natural, usually unnoticeable without scientific instruments. More intense during stress, illness, or exertion. Is this bioluminescence? Not exactly. True bioluminescence, like what you see in jellyfish or fireflies, is produced by light-emitting compounds like luciferin and enzymes like luciferase. Humans don't have those. Our glow is more like a passive side effect of our body working hard, but it's still bizarre and totally real. Could we one day see it? With advanced imaging technology, yes. Scientists are exploring, using biophoton imaging to detect diseases, since illness can affect our glow. Non-invasive health diagnostics using light emissions. Even mental stress and emotional states might alter our body's glow. Imagine a future where doctors see your health in real time by watching your body's invisible light show. Alien myth connections? The idea of humans glowing might also explain myths and stories about radiant saints. Aura readings, alien abductees claiming they saw themselves glow, or legends of people who lit up in the dark. While exaggerated, they may be embellished memories of this subtle natural glow amplified by fear, stress, or altered states. What if I told you your body is glowing right now, and you just can't see it? The human glow proves that the body is far stranger and more magical than we realize. Beneath our skin, every cell is quietly shining, revealing the rhythms of life in the most unexpected way. We're not just alive, we're luminous. These conditions may seem bizarre, even disturbing, but they remind us how little we truly know about human biology. Each mutation is a glitch in the genetic code, yet each one tells a story of survival, of adaptation, and of the strange beauty in human variation. In a world striving for perfection, perhaps it's the anomalies that teach us the most, like what you saw. Hit that subscribe button for more bizarre stories from around the world, only on The Bizarre.